Today on Two Idiots Reading Comics, it's episode 104, Thor God of Thunder. It's the last one of year 2 for us. We'll talk about some more of that stuff, but let's get into the show. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. My name's Ryan Talmadge. That's Davis Crocker. Today is the last of year 2
Woohoo!
of the show. Next week we're going to be doing the first episode of year 3.
The
It
continuation
will
of
also
this.
be part 2 of this storyline because this is what the Thor movie is going to be. But also be on the lookout for probably this Thursday on... I think last year we tried to make it a YouTube exclusive, but our camera died halfway through.
Yeah,
So we had to release it as a podcast. YouTube exclusive, just so you all have to go subscribe to our YouTube. Our top 10 of year 2 will be Thursday. Haven't even made my list yet, so we'll figure that out
I was
later.
thumbing through it the other day, and it's
better than I remember.
you sit here and you go, man, what have we done the past year? And then we were scrolling, and it's like,
We also had a few
okay.
very long continuous.
Oh yeah, and so that's taking up a good chunk of time too. So,
but
did a lot more 2-parters this past year.
yes, that also. But there were some heavy hitters in there that I just completely forgot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
If
so
y'all
that
want to hear
should
it,
be,
you gotta go check it out on YouTube.
yeah, that'll be Thursday. And I thought I had another announcement. I don't think I do. Thanks for another year, I guess.
Yeah.
Or I guess I should thank you for another year.
Thank you.
Yeah, what up?
Again, didn't think we'd make it out of year 1.
No. But there's a Thor movie coming out.
That's
it's
right.
based on the story that we're going to read this week and next week. So let's get into the credits.
Alrighty, we got Thor God of Thunder Volume 1, The God Butcher, writer Jason Aaron, artist Asad Ribic, color artist Dean White did number 1, and Ive Sforcina did the rest.
Okay.
Letterer VC's Joe Sabino, cover art Asad Ribic.
All right. And I remembered my other announcement. Today's segments is personal recommendation and shit list. So we had our MCU at the very beginning, so we just combined those two this month. But yeah, this Thor book, pretty fucking
This
cool.
was fun.
Yeah.
This was,
Mhm.
and for this just to know reading it that this was going to be a 2-parter for us.
Oh yeah.
Stopping at the end of this first part, I was sitting there going, okay, all right, let's go. Like I'm ready.
And
I'm ready to read the
And
next
you're the one that timed it like this. Like
Yeah.
we could have done it to where they were both this month, but you were just like, no, let's no, I don't know when the movie actually comes out.
the Thursday that our 2-part after our 2-part comes out.
Okay.
That's why I
got
did.
you.
That's why I suggested this.
I got
is
you.
that we hit both
Um,
months.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's gonna come out 2-ish weeks from now. So, but yes, it is the Gore the God Butcher story arc, and then they're also throwing in a bunch of other Thors in there. But yeah, this is one we've been talking about reading since the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah,
Because I had started reading, I told you it was great, and then somehow I knew back then that this was going to be. I just said no. Let's wait for
because when they
the next
announced,
Thor
when they
movie.
announced Love and Thunder, I think that in that announcement they talked about having a God Butcher.
Yeah,
They didn't say a name or anything, but they're just talking about death of the God.
Yeah.
There's something phrasing, and then that.
I think
made
we also were
everybody-
just like, well, let's. This is a good Thor book. Let's wait for the next Thor movie.
Yeah.
And then it came out. This was going to be the story arc,
Yeah.
and I was like, all right, cool.
even better.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned it earlier in the month that you need to watch Moon Knight.
Yep.
Because I don't think it's a coincidence. Everybody was like, so Moon Knight's just not going to tie anything? I was like,
Yeah.
if you've read like this book, you'd realize Gore's going to need some gods to kill. And
Yeah.
looky there, we just introduced all the
plenty.
Egyptian gods.
There's a lot that just got introduced.
Yeah. Because,
And
and I
the-
like this thing where it's almost Neil Gaiman's American Gods-esque almost. It's like all the gods that the humans have worshipped in the past are all real. It's just some are currently being worshipped, some are not. Because you have it, and there's a scene in Moon Knight where like the god who is supposed to take you to the afterlife.
Anubis.
Yeah, or I don't think it's Anubis.
It's the wolf, the black wolf looking one, right?
No, it's like a hippo lady in the show.
Okay, then
but I forgot her
different.
name.
That's different than real.
I don't know, but
Interesting.
it's the one that takes you from Earth to wherever you're going in the afterlife, and she's the one that has to judge you.
Oh, okay.
But say all I had to say this. She says like when whoever dies shows up, they're like, "Oh wow, haven't had anyone here in a while," because they're the only ones that have been still worshiping the Egyptian gods.
Wow.
Um,
That's interesting. All right,
yeah.
cool. I like that.
Which also means there's also. I think I saw a trailer.
I was about to say, have you seen the trailer about the Pantheon?
I saw that the Greek people are going to be in this.
So we've got Zeus being.
I know
Like
Hercules
they're being
in
played.
there.
Zeus was being.
Which Hercules
played
was
by,
a character in Civil War.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess he's
Zeus
coming.
was in.
He's in one of the trailers. Forgot.
Yes, but Zeus is being played by.
It's some famous guy.
Is it Schwarzenegger?
No.
It's not. Oh,
I
they
think-
did that commercial.
Who's the guy from Mel Gibson?
Is it
I
Mel
think it's Mel Gibson. I don't know.
or Sylvester?
No, it's definitely not
Definitely not
Sylvester.
Sylvester?
No.
I know it's gonna be an older, heavy hitting
Oh, yeah.
guy like that. But yeah, you get the Pantheon, which they introduced the Pantheon in this, and
A pantheon is just literally.
That's right. I'm sorry, Omnipotent City, which is where all
Yeah.
the gods
Come
to, where all the pantheons
Go.
interact with each
Yeah.
other.
I so hope we go there. That looks awesome.
we are the
But-
trailer's already shown that
Oh, it is.
we're going there, and
That
that
also-
Valkyrie. I mean, this is the trailer spoilers. Valkyrie sits on a throne in the city.
Oh, so I didn't
She's
see
sitting
that.
on a throne, which I guess because
I
at
thought
the
that was
end
just
of
New Asgard.
because at the end of New Asgard, or at the end of the other movie, Thor tells her,
Yeah, you're the
"You're
king.
queen
Yeah.
or king, whatever you want to call her."
Yeah.
So she's sitting on their throne.
I thought she built a New Asgard. So
No,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure it's gonna be Omnipotent City.
I hope it is, but also like
Yeah,
they say no mortal eyes have ever seen this, so it's like,
correct.
are the Guardians literally just gonna be in this movie for like the first 10 minutes, or
It look so.
because it feels like
So one of the trailers.
it feels like Peter Quill's like telling them like you have to go do your own thing from the first
because
trailer.
where we've left Thor is he's fat.
They show the training
Then he's
montage,
still
which
trained.
like I
Of
anticipated
course.
that, so
You couldn't keep a
no,
fat
that's
Thor,
just
though I would have loved a fat Thor, but
that's also just a lot of time and makeup
Yeah.
and money and stuff like that.
then there's a trailer where the Guardians leave him,
Yeah,
and
feel
I
like
would
that's-
imagine
I feel like it's
I
gonna
would
be early.
imagine this is going to be the first
Yeah,
30
and it's just like,
minutes, 40 minutes. Of
Oh,
the show.
so that stuff where you got all hyped up about Thor and the Guardians hanging out together, we're not gonna get to see.
I
like,
thought
any
the
of that.
whole next movie
Yeah,
was Thor and the Guardians, not the way it seems. It's going to be a pretty short chunk,
Yeah.
and then we're going to move on. But I believe we're going to see Omnipotent City.
that would be awesome.
In this comic, we got to see young Thor that was not worthy.
Yes,
We saw old Thor, god
Yes.
of Asgard.
I don't know if they're gonna do the whole.
I was
time
about to
jumping
say,
thing.
are we going to get to see them?
I
Because we've
don't-
already had introduction of time travel in
True.
in the movies.
Mhm.
We now have the introduction of the multiverse in the movies.
Yeah, it
Could we?
It wouldn't surprise me, but also at the same time, if I know Taika Waititi, he's probably just gonna try to keep it simple and funny.
Oh, it's
So,
definitely going to be funny.
I
I
trust
really
Taika
enjoyed
Waititi, so-
Taika Waititi a lot.
Yeah.
He stars in a show on HBO Max. Oh,
Oh, about the
the
pirates.
pirates.
Yeah,
He's Blackbeard. It
Yeah,
is
yeah, it's funny.
hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it.
and one of my all-time favorite movies is Dadgum.
The German
Jojo
movie.
Rabbit,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jojo Rabbit. Man,
That movie's
that
awesome.
movie ended so not how I thought it was going to end. Though
Yeah.
I should have known.
Scarlett Johansson should have won some awards for that.
Yeah.
I think she might have. She definitely got
I really
nominated.
don't know.
She got nominated for Best Supporting Actress, I think.
But either way, the comic was so cool.
Mhm.
And the jumping back and forth was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
You really understood, especially the text bubble. You notice how each text was different, so that
Mhm.
was nice.
Oh yeah.
The God Butcher.
Oh, he's
That's-
badass
He
character.
looks.
And that's gonna be Christian Bale. Oh yeah.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah. No, I
Have
think
they shown?
I think they're gonna. I don't know if they've shown
Have
it or
they
not.
shown what he's gonna look
I
like yet?
thought I heard someone say like, "Oh, it just looks like Christian Bale," but then I've also heard that they haven't Voldemorted his face yet, so I don't know.
Dude, if he looks
Yeah,
if he looks like this
Oh, yeah.
live
It's gonna be
on
badass.
the screen,
Yeah.
this is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be good. And then just the way the
Just see-
superiority,
I'm
just the
excited to see-
superiority complex that he
Yeah.
has and everything.
I'm just excited to see like all the gods interact with each other, because that was awesome. If you haven't played the most recent God of War game, and you have Kratos, who is all Greek and Roman mythology, and he goes over to Norse, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And he's like, "The motherfucking God of War,"
Yeah.
and fucks them all up. It was awesome.
But I do like that idea of they all exist.
Yeah, it's just
And whatever you believe is what you believe. Whatever they
it's
believe is what
what
they
afterlife
believe.
you go to.
And that's how
Yeah,
the
because
world...
I saw it on Twitter. It was like we have confirmed there's at least the Norse mythology is real, so you assume Valhalla is real.
Mhm.
You also have the afterlife of the Black Panthers
Correct.
because they go to like their whole family thing.
Yep.
And then confirmed in Moon Knight, you have the
Egyptian
afterlife, and so it's literally just like whatever you believe is the
And
one
then
you
we've
end up
already
going to.
we've already seen Zeus in
Yeah.
the trailer, so you know there's a Greek
hell and
hell
or
and
heaven
heaven,
or whatever.
So it's gonna be cool. I
Yeah.
hope. And again, is this confirmed a single movie or is this going to be a two-parter?
Oh, I'd single movie. I would
All right.
imagine.
There's gonna be a lot of shit they're gonna have to pack in this movie. Then
And there's going to be a lot of shit they're going to cut out of the comic book. Is what it is.
yeah,
Because they're also
it's got to be
They're also introducing Lady Thor.
Lady Thor.
And I imagine Valkyrie's going to have a bit. Now, there was a screenshot of her, and that was definitely New Asgard, because she was sitting in like a nice chair, but it was like a normal chair. And she was wearing a suit, and she looked pissed off. And I'm like, are we just turning everybody bad? Like, or what are we doing?
Well, I don't think she's gonna be bad.
Yeah, but she's going to be
But
like,
something.
Thor's going to say
is gonna
something
probably
stupid.
come in and say, "No, I'm the new king. Like I changed my mind."
Yeah. Thor will probably come in and say something stupid. And she'll be like,
yeah.
I don't have time for your
Yeah,
shit right now.
yeah, definitely think that's gonna be it. I don't think they're gonna turn her bad.
I hope not.
I hope not. We don't need everybody bad.
No.
But at the same time, you're talking about introducing Lady Thor. You're talking about Thor himself has to leave the Guardians.
And figure out what he's
We've
doing.
got
with his
to
life.
do Omnipotence City. You
Yeah.
got to talk about New Asgard. And the God Butcher's got to happen.
Yeah.
Possibly introduce old and young Thor, which I don't think's happening.
I don't think that's happening.
That's a freaking lot that's got to happen.
I think it's
in
going to
this
end up
movie.
like, remember when we did War of the Realms?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like that end, whereas like we need more than one Thor. And so it's going to be, at most, it's just going to be Lady Thor and Thor teaming up to beat God Butcher.
Do you think we get to see the horse? You think he's
Beta Ray Bill?
Beta Ray Bill? Do you think we get to
Please
see
don't get my
Beta Ray?
hopes up. Please do not get my hopes up after
see
Doctor
me?
Strange.
Oh,
Do not get my.
dude.
I want Beta Ray Bill so goddamn bad.
I don't think
I don't think
would,
they'll do it, but
because they're going to introduce Lady Thor. I don't think you would then bring another big like another mainstream Thor.
They don't want Beta Ray Bill to
Correct.
outshine Lady
Now,
Thor.
There's a picture of her holding what looks to be repaired Mjolnir.
Yes.
How that's going to happen, who knows?
Yeah. Do we get Peter Dinklage back as the giant dwarf?
I would imagine
That would be kind of
because
cool.
the Mjolnir was forged in the star
Yeah.
on their world
Mhm.
or in their workstation. I would imagine if Mjolnir's being fixed, it has to be
Yeah.
because Captain America took the original hammer back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be
So-
interesting. Now, my question is how long do we get Lady Thor? How long is she going to be Thor and we keep
Well, this is
we keep this Thor around?
this
What's
is
his
like
name? I always forget his name.
this is what Chris Hemsworth.
Christian. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, it's just like the only reason she ever played Jane Foster is because at the time of those movies coming out, Jane Foster was Thor, and so
Right.
she got mad because it didn't happen as fast as she thought it was.
Correct. And that's
So I would
kind of
imagine
the big
she's
deal
gonna
that
stick
she wasn't
around.
in the last Thor
Yeah.
because she
and
didn't want to be in there. Not
Avengers
the
Age
fact
of
that
Ultron and stuff like all
yeah,
like
because
that.
she didn't want to be in it. She's like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah. So, I think she'll stick around for a little bit, especially with how much I watched the video. All these assholes on YouTube that get so mad about. Have you seen all this stuff about MCU and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Where they're getting mad because Now, I did watch a video that made a good point. It was like they had like 8-year head start on DC, and DC put out the first Wonder Woman movie,
Oh yeah,
and it was like amazing.
yeah,
And someone asked Kevin Feige like, "How come y'all haven't done a woman-led superhero
Yep.
movie?" And they were like, you could kind of see his brain break a little bit.
yeah. Because he went shit.
And he was like, and ever since then, he's like, we're gonna have, if anyone's fans of Shane Gillis, where he talks about doing his Donald Trump impersonation, he's like, you just have to say an observation and say, "Wow, what a whatever." And it's like, we're gonna have so many female superheroes.
Yeah.
Wow, we have so many more female superheroes than guy superheroes.
Yeah.
And it is like, there are some shows they've done where it's like, all right, you're just doing that to get another female
And-
star, which I don't mind. Like,
And I do feel bad, especially for Scarlett Johansson. I think the Captain Marvel movie was partly one of those. We need a female. We need to introduce this character.
Yeah.
We'll push all female power to her.
yeah,
And Scarlett Johansson standing there like, "What the fuck?
I've been waiting for this
what the
movie or
fuck,
whatever."
people."
yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, there's ways to do it. There's tasteful ways, and I think
Oh, yeah.
they're doing
One of
it.
my favorite video game series going right now is Horizon. I just
still
got
have
done
not
playing.
gotten that.
Dude, Forbidden West is awesome. The only thing wrong with that game is that it came out a week before Elden Ring.
Dude, that has to be the like I have seen like it came out and then nothing else happened.
Yeah. No.
Now we both love the shit out of Horizon Zero to start, like
Yeah.
the original. And
I've spent a lot of time playing Forbidden West. You need to get
Nice.
it. It's good as fuck.
nice.
But yeah, so I have like no issues with female-led
No,
stuff. You just got to make them interesting
Yeah.
characters.
I mean it's kind of
put
like
them
what
in
happened to the
interesting
Teen Titans
situations.
Academy is you don't have to point it out. Like you don't have to.
Yeah, I don't
like,
mind
You don't
it.
have to force
I
it
don't-
down our throats. Just do it.
Yeah.
And
Do it and make them interesting characters.
yeah,
And
because I'm looking forward
give them
to
flaw. People have flaws. Give them flaws.
Yeah, because I really enjoyed America Chavez.
Yeah.
And they showed her with flaws. She was terrified. She couldn't use her powers
Yeah.
unless she was
Now the flip,
scared.
the flip got switched a little fast for me, but because it was literally like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then Doctor Strange was like, get your shit together. And she's like, okay, I'm just gonna go
I'm
punch Wanda in the face now.
And again, that whole movie felt
Yeah.
very rushed. So, but no, How long does Chris Hemsworth have on his contract?
I don't know.
He's already said he's kind of wanted to be done with it.
Yeah, but you also
He's-
look at all the other stuff he's done outside of the MCU.
That is also true.
Outside of that one action movie that everybody loves on Netflix that put me to sleep.
He apparently he's coming out with a second one.
I mean, apparently it did great numbers for them, but I also fell
I still
asleep during
haven't
it.
seen it.
And I couldn't tell you the name of it right now.
I couldn't. I know what you're talking about.
And it came out during COVID. That's like,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Because again,
Although he was really fun. What's that one where there was a murder in a motel and the power goes out and then he comes in as like a cult leader? That was an interesting movie. I can't remember it's some night at some hotel and he's like playing a cult leader that's chasing down these two girls, and then all these other people like are in this hotel for all different. It's like one of those like, we're all bad people for different reasons, but we're all going to band together and stop this guy.
Is that going to be like the murder on the? No, they did.
No,
that's
not.
with.
It's not that.
Gal
It's-
Gadot.
It's almost. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was Tarantino, but it was a Tarantino-esque movie.
Okay.
But
But again,
him playing that cult leader, he was.
but
really
you've
good.
also got Chris Hemsworth. That it's kind of when I watch a Ryan Reynolds movie now is when he comes on screen. He is there. He's Deadpool. Like,
Oh, he's
like,
there to
even
be
it-
Chris Hemsworth.
huh?
He's there to be Chris Hemsworth. I'm not that point with him because I've seen him do other stuff. But,
No, I know, but like Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool,
Mhm.
he doesn't really change his manners. He just is funny. He's the guy.
Oh,
kinda
he's
guy.
just Ryan Reynolds,
And the other movies like
Free Guy and all that.
Bodyguard.
Oh,
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
It's just the human version of Deadpool. Like
Yeah.
like he's just like you're watching a Ryan Reynolds movie, and
Yeah.
I think he's been typecasted. That when I watch that, I just hear Deadpool and like,
Van Wilder.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff.
and so I don't know if Chris Hemsworth
I'm telling you,
can
if
carry.
you, if you
But
see him,
you're saying I haven't seen.
it was a
any of his
small.
other
It was
stuff,
like
so-
only 30 minutes worth of it, but if you saw this, he could do.
Okay.
He could do other stuff, But people try to do the Ryan Reynolds with him, where they're like, "Yeah, just go be the funny Thor," and I don't know. I'm like, he has range. Let him do
Like
other
you're
stuff.
an actor. I mean, it's
Yeah.
you be an actor. I mean, you
But,
didn't get into this to be one character. And what I was getting at is
yeah.
like
The worst
being
of that,
typecasted as
the worst of that situation I've ever seen is, and I loved him for so long, Vince Vaughn,
yeah.
the guy from Wedding Crashers.
Yep.
If you look at like almost every movie he's ever been in,
Yeah.
he's the same dude with the same story arc, the
He's
same
he's
character
the
arc.
jerky, funny asshole buddy.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to commit to the relationship because
Yep.
because something is wrong with him.
Correct.
And all this other stuff. But yeah, no, we just went off a wild tangent. About the comic book though, the only thing I had like a knock on it, but I also don't know how I'd fix it, so I think that's the way they had to do it. There was a lot of inner dialogue in the like most of the. It wasn't a whole lot of talking. It was a whole lot of inner dialogue.
Well, and I
But
understand
this
because how you
this
going to
story-
fix it?
yeah, like,
because
how
there's a
else would
lot
we
of
do
it. He's flying
Without
he's by
like
himself
yeah,
on a planet,
Mhm.
finding dead gods.
yeah. And there's not a
So-
whole lot of talking, and then like, well, the only other way you could do this is like him talk to somebody and then be like, "What's going on?" and he just info dumps, and then it's just like,
But then you sit
That's-
there. Then you
that's
sit
a
there
way-
for like 4 pages of an info
yeah,
dump. and-
that's way worse of a way
Yeah.
of doing it. So I don't know, but
Yeah,
I
I
love
did-
this comic.
yeah.
I can't wait to read volume 2. So.
I liked how.
The art is amazing. in this too.
The art
Art's
is so
awesome.
cool. I liked how. So Thor had fought Gore in the late 800s, early like 894
Yeah, when young
AD,
Thor.
and survived.
Mm.
Ended up chopping off one of his arms. Thought he killed him.
Yeah.
Ran away. And again, it was kind of the whole Thor as a kid was too. The whole idea of he
was
wasn't
too
worthy
ready-
to pick up the
He
hammer.
was too prideful.
That
Yeah.
he never told anybody about him. That
Mhm.
now another 1,000 years later,
It's
he's finding
still-
out that Gore is
Yeah.
just killing and killing.
Yeah.
And that I liked how when Thor caught up to
Current
Gore,
Thor and
current
Thor and old Thor are paying for young Thor's mistake.
yeah.
Yeah.
I liked how current Thor caught up to Gore with the time traveler gods
hmm
and thought he was chasing him into the future.
Yeah.
And it finds out Gore had a specific point to go to
Yeah.
and dumped Thor on the back end.
Uh-huh.
And so Gore's had 900 years
To just build.
way in the future
Yeah.
of just sitting there fucking with old Thor
Yeah.
and just teasing the shit out of him because
Yeah.
he got the heart of the
And just won't kill him.
it got the heart of an eternal god. Was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was an eternal god? or
Yeah, I
a-
think it was like the early gods or something.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
And used that to build his power more.
Yeah.
And man,
Oh yeah, I can't wait for volume 2.
when they showed old Thor fighting, and I was like, all right, this is it. I don't know how they're gonna have to bring him back, and they're gonna have to go before he died.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they carry him back to the throne and sit him on the throne. I'm like, ooh,
Oh yeah.
ooh, that
He's like,
hurts.
he just won't let me die.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's awesome. But I think that's all I have on Thor. I don't know about you.
Really looking forward to the movie.
Yes.
I know in one of the trailers we get to see the behemoth or the big looking bear thing.
Now you're. I only watched one trailer, Davis. Shut the hell up.
But I'm looking forward to this. I wish they would have said this was going to be a 2-part movie, with knowing how much the comic did
Mhm.
and how much they're already going to try to do.
Well, now I'm wondering what the runtime is going to be, because like,
Oh, it's going to be.
If it's gonna be a
2
Batman.
hours and something.
yeah, if it's going to be a Batman, then they can do it. But-
Yeah, I mean, Doctor Strange was from start to finish was exactly 2.5 hours,
Hmm.
with 10, 15 minutes of that being credits. So
Yeah.
but-
So I don't know, but now it's time for personal recommendations and shit lists.
Yep.
I have 2 personal recommendations.
all right,
You want me to go first?
yeah, go ahead. 'cause-
Okay. Personal recommendation number 1. If you are literally grew up anytime between like the 80s and 2005, you know who the fuck Tony Hawk is, right?
Oh yeah.
And like, it didn't matter. We were 2 Southern kids who grew up on football, and like, we didn't do all
Only
that.
ever been on a skateboard like 3 times in my
Yeah.
life.
Whether it was the X Games, the video games or like you're old school and you would pay attention to like skateboarding contests, you know who the fuck Tony Hawk is.
Yeah.
The man's a fucking legend. And HBO has a Tony Hawk documentary out right now, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
Sweet.
Apparently, his dad's in the early days of skateboarding blowing up was like all these contests need structure and blah blah blah, and so his dad organized it all. And because he didn't even like skateboarding, his dad just saw his son liked it and was like, well, fuck, let's get involved. And apparently he got a lot of hate in the community because he was winning and his dad was running the event.
Damn.
But Tony Hawk, I think it's called Till the Wheels Fall Off, but it does a pretty good job looking at Tony Hawk and his entire career from like the early days to like what he does now.
Wow.
And it's awesome. Go check it out. I think it's Tony Hawk Till the Wheels Fall Off.
Cool.
And then the second one, this one I feel like is a little more well known. You probably didn't hear about it, but if anyone that gets super into movies, anywhere or fuck, what is it? Anytime, any place, or no, Jesus, everywhere, all the time, all at once, or something like. Fuck, I'm gonna give me your phone. My phone is what we film this on. Everywhere, all at once. I know something like that. Yeah, let me Google that shit. Oh, what was your last Google? Davis's last Google was GamesRadar.com. I don't know what that is.
It was for Comic-Con next year.
Oh, got you. Oh, yeah. We got some future plans for 2023. Where? Once. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Okay.
Is an awesome indie movie. I'm talking about... You want to talk about a multiverse movie that did it right? That movie right there.
Okay.
And I'm talking about is absolutely ridiculous. You'll laugh your ass off, and at the end, you'll just cry your heart out. I'm talking about it's awesome. Get ready for a little bit of subtitles. It's about an Asian family, but I mean, it goes all the way from like a couple just trying to pay their taxes to fighting people with butt plugs in and shit, and people with hot dogs for fingers.
What in the shit?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, it's like a top 3 movie for me, if not top 1. If you can find it still out in theaters, if not, try to find it streaming. I'm not gonna encourage pirating it, but if that's the only way you can see it, go see it. It's amazing.
Cool.
And then your personal recommendation.
I guess my most recent, I bought it for myself recently, is called Displates. They're the metal posters.
Oh, yeah.
Again, not a sponsor. But they routinely do every week a limited edition displate. It's got more texture.
It's like a metal poster.
Yeah, it can do glow in the dark, and it's metal, and it's really cool that you don't have to stick anything into a wall. It's a sticky pad. You put it on the wall, and it's a magnet. And then the poster just sticks to the magnet.
So we're gonna put it up here?
Yeah.
Why didn't we do it now? Or why didn't we do it for this?
I don't know. I forgot about it honestly till now. But
I didn't know it was a magnet thing.
Yeah, it's a
That's
magnet,
way cooler.
So that when you stick the magnet, if you don't like that poster, you pull that poster.
Because I was sitting, you showed it to
another
me
one
like
up.
a while back, and I was just like, "Yeah, it's cool. It's a metal poster. Like, who cares?" But I didn't know it was you could magnet. You take it up and down. Like, yeah, it's way cooler.
And so in saying that, I bought my first one from them, and it was the limited edition version of Phantom Menace. With little Anakin on the front with a pod racer, the CIS gunships, and their control ships are in the side, and Maul's on one side.
Well, yeah, we need to start get some more and put them up here.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because like the whole thing was like your wife didn't want anything permanent. So.
Yeah, but those are really cool. And also tad expensive. That only a few at a time.
How much?
The limited edition ended up being $155.
We don't have to buy a limited edition.
No, but it was Star Wars.
I saw there was a One Piece one.
I think the regulars. I think if you get a large one, I think they're like $80.
Oh, that ain't terrible.
Nah, but
all right. Well, do you have a shit list?
I I guess we kind of touched on it a little bit in our Marvel rant. I'm a touch worried about the direction Star Wars is going into with just. I love Star Wars content. Again, the past few years, the only Star Wars content has been the few movies and comics. And getting now Disney Plus TV shows, amazing. I just hope they don't oversaturate.
Yeah.
And when doing these shows, I want new characters. Seeing old characters and old content is cool, and it really keeps you
Did
engaged.
Boba Fett get you really worried?
A little bit.
Yeah.
And Boba Fett was what I worry is why I'm worried about it, is because you have Boba Fett, who's an iconic character to start with, yet the whole series was drawn around, we're going to bring Cad Bane in. We're going to bring the Mandalorian in. We're going to bring...
Yeah, the best two episodes of that were just episodes of Mandalorian.
Yeah. We're also going to bring the Dark Wookiee in. Black Chrysanthemum in.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to bring all these... Which is cool, because you now get to see them live action. But at the same time, why don't we get, like, the sheriff? Why don't we get more of his story arc? Or got more of his story arc? Or I hope that if they want to expand the world, expand.
Yeah.
Don't just go back to Clone Wars and grab these two characters and use them for an episode or two.
My thing is, like, at some point you had to, like, Boba Fett at some point had to, like, show that he was still the badass he was, and we never got that.
Never got it.
It was like,
you just
at some point he has to, like, I get he wanted to do it the right way and do it with respect, but at some point when people don't respect you, you got to put them in their place.
But you got this.
And they
just
never
kinda,
did that.
You just seem to get this old, decrepit, worn out guy that just happened to have good armor that couldn't die.
Yeah.
I mean, that's about it. I mean, and then hell, even Mandalorian shows up and just fucking doing circles around Boba.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for, like, do it with respect. Have, let people know that you're willing to work with them.
Yeah.
But as soon as they step out of line, you got to put them back in their place.
You should have put them back in their place. And that's what Boba would have done in the past. And I know he's a different leaf, but
fuck him.
Fuck him. Yeah. And then with this new Obi-Wan story, the Inquisitors, I'm so glad we get to flesh the Inquisitors out more, especially from doing Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Not Force Unleashed, Force Awakened. No.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. And I would imagine we're going to get a lot more stuff from that, from Fallen Order.
That's my favorite piece of Star Wars.
Which is cool. But we also get to see Vader again. And I hope that they're not going to retcon some stuff. And I won't get into that because I will be here for an hour.
Let's all be nice to Hayden Christensen. Is that his name?
Hayden Christensen. Do not hit on that motherfucker. That man quit fucking acting because of Star Wars. Because of Star Wars.
And he's coming back. Like, let's be nice.
And again, he's in a suit, so I'm not sure what they're going to use him for. What would be cool is kind of like in the comic.
Sounds like they promised him he would be Darth Vader.
Yeah. He just walks around with a mask on all day.
Or no, talking about like back when the prequel saga was coming out, and they're like, yeah, you'll be the guy who turns into Darth Vader. Yeah. And then he got to be Darth Vader for like 30 seconds. Yeah. He's like, I didn't get to be Darth Vader.
I would imagine that we're probably going to see a lot like the comic did. We're going to see a lot of flashbacks, which we could get some live action Clone War shit that happens.
Maybe.
With Obi-Wan and Anakin running around together.
Now we're talking about a show that hasn't come out for us yet, but it has come out for them.
That's true.
That was his shit list. He's worried about the state of Star Wars.
I could talk about it all day.
I know. We've already talked about it this month for Me Too. Fuck George R. R. Martin and this new
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, House of the Dragon. Fuck that. I'm not watching it until he finishes Wins a Winner.
Works.
Yeah.
Works.
Once he does that, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully I hate unfinished stories. Please finish Wins a Winner. And then please do, literally if you do, like put out A Dream of Spring and it's literally 1 page long, it says fuck you, I'll accept it. And you're like, all right, cool.
All right, you finished the story.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, boycott, whatever the fuck that new show's called.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah, boycott that shit.
Jeez.
But yeah, look out Thursday, top 10 of year 2.
That's right.
But yeah, everybody have a good month. Hopefully.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week, or see you Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.